Hey guys, my name is Carl Saheda, and as you can see, I'm out here in the woods. So you might be asking why, you might not be. But the reason why is I'm doing a calculus project over how long does it take for a forest fire to end. So during this whole project, it literally felt like a research paper because I gathered up so much information. I had to start with the beginning. So how long does it take for a forest fire to get noticed? And I figured out that it takes about 4 minutes roughly for it to get noticed and for someone to call it in. So my next question was, how long does it take for actual fire truck to get to the location? So I researched some more and I saw that firefighters take roughly about 2 to 3 minutes to get their gear on and load up the trucks. So I figured out that there's roughly about 3,800 on average firefighters per each forest fire. There's about 120 fire engines on deck to get ready. Alright, with the fire engines, they carry about 500 gallons in their actual load. However, they shoot about 300 gallons per minute. So, roughly, they're done after a minute and a half, unless you can get into a fire hydrant. So, there's around 4 helicopters around the area to help out. So, with the helicopters, there's about 1,264 gallons that they carry in their little water tank. So, with firemen, they actually don't just stand around and hold the hose. No, they actually use this theorem called the Pulaski, which is actually a tool. And so what they do is they hammer down on the ground so that they can take out all grass and debris and fuel and all that. And by fuel I mean like any trees, plants, anything, just to get the soil from underground to get on the top layer. So with the Pulaski, they're advised to go about 10 feet in width, and then from there on they just go down in a parallel line one by one. I mean, they usually get in groups of 8 and go one section, just go from there, just one after another.
God, I wonder what Carlos is.
Alright, so I found out that there's this chart about the 20 largest forest fires, and I'm using the helicopter from HeliStream, the Fire One, and I figured out that there's about, on average, 313 miles from where this HeliStream is, which is in El Cajon, California. So, 313 miles out brings us to the Saskawa National Forest. So, how fast does fire actually burn? Well, it burns with the wind. Pretty good breeze. So fire actually burns with the wind, and wind usually is around the forest fire about 10.5 miles per hour. So on average, I figured out that there's about 187,750 acres that are damaged. So I converted that into miles, which is about 293 miles. So I made 2 equations, one that has the fire burning and then one that has the actual HUD coming in. So if the fire burning is just the miles per hour times X, which is going to be my hours, and then on the output it's going to be my people, my firefighters with their Polskis and how much they're taking out. Then it's going to be the helicopters and the amount of water they're bringing in, and then it's my fire engines with the amount of water they're bringing up, plus the initial condition, which is going to be my time.
So here I have my graph. So my 10.5 miles per hour actually I converted it to 3.25 miles squared, since everything I was squaring it. Like my feet were squared, so my miles had to be squared. And so that's my graph. So I actually have it to where the whole thing will end at 95 hours. So after following up with my helicopter water and my fire engine water, I converted the gallon to square feet to what would be miles. So with our actual equation, we get that at 91 hours it's the prime of the fire. That's when it goes out. So at 293 miles squared minus the 5 miles our water saved, we got 287 miles, which when put into the graph, it means that at 88 hours the whole thing should be done with. Alright, so I don't really know how that number came about, but it happened. So I guess I saved about 6 hours worth of work right there. So yeah, I mean, those are just averages. Obviously, they're not the correct amount at all. So I think that does it for calculus. So yeah, shout out to Mr. Canali for giving me this project. Spent a lot of time on it, and yeah, shout out to my cameraman. Right now he had to go, so I'm filming by myself. And yeah, so I mean, it was a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.
Oh, I wonder where Carlos is.
Okay, so actually I don't know what I was gonna say.
Dang it! Come on!